Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is Sipen, founder of and CEO of Smartbenefits. Smartbenefits help companies with employee health coverage and wellness. In today's webinar, this is our fifth webinar, I believe, that we're doing, and this is year 2023. So happy New Year to everyone who's joining us today. So today with me, I have Fahad Raza. Just a bit of intro about Fahad before we jump into the topic that we've brought in today. So Fahad has been a full-time sales professional who graduated from IBA in 2011. He's worked with various companies, both multinational and national companies such as Nestle Pakistan, ICI, Matco Foods, Shan Foods, among others. So Fahad holds a certification in personal training and nutrition and pursuing further qualification in same area from US-based entities. In addition, Fahad is also an NLP Master Practitioner certified by American Board of Neuro-Linguistic Programming and has helped several individuals excel in their life both personally and professionally. So Fahad's philosophy to fitness and training is deeply ingrained in personal and professional development since his overall sales career has blossomed due to his laser sharp focus on getting his health right in the first place. Fahad Raza is the CEO of founder of Fitellect, which is an up and coming fitness coach, I believe. Assalamu alaikum, Fahad. How are you?
Walaikum salam, alhamdulillah. How about you?
All good, all good. So I'll just jump it straight into the questions. I understand from your profile that you were part of sales role in different organizations. And why did you like you mentioned that it has really helped you in your role? How did being fit, how did being physical active help you in your sales role? So tell us about your personal story.
The thing is, I learned about my personal health from the concept of business health. The companies that I work with, the companies like Nestle, like ICI, like Shan Foods, the companies that you mentioned, they all focus upon business health. And what business health is, you have to make the sales, bring in the revenues, reinvest in the capital and all the resources, and have to make sure that that 40% goes into 400% growth by the passage of time. And for that, uh, there's a philosophy that was put forward by Stephen Covey in his book Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, you have to make sure that you want the chicken to lay golden eggs every day. Okay, so you have to make sure you don't kill that chicken. So we are that chicken, by the way, who lay golden eggs every day for the companies or for our families. So we have to make sure that we are in great shape. Because once we are in great shape, our business will be in great shape. What a business is made up of? That is made up of people who work for it. There will be no revenues. There will be no money coming in. There will be no creativity. There will be no bright brains working for any company if the resources are not in great shape. Now, if I talk about shape, it's not only physical, it has to be emotionally, physically, mentally in a very great shape. Why am I repeating the word shape again and again? Because this is something that we relate to. For example, if we open a book, primary school book, grade 3, grade 4 science book, we see anatomy. We see anatomical structure of people, men and women. They are very lean muscle mass, circulatory system dikhaya jata hai, so many other things are shown. So that is the shape that we are born with, that we are supposed to have, because there are certain things, that certain elements that your body is supposed to carry, certain weight that your body is supposed to carry. We actually overburden our body, we overburden the machinery, and then we say we are not actually performing to the optimal capacity. For example, there are machineries, there's so much capital expenditure in the factories, in the companies, and if there has to be a limit to the capacity that we actually run those machines, optimal capacity hoti hai, uske baad when it's not taken care of, it cannot actually give you the same product again and again, or the productivity actually declines by the passage of time. So that machinery to the factory is actually like the resources, the human resources to the organizations. So we are those resources, we are those machineries, we have to take care of ourselves. This is the only reason. This is actually the analogy that I drew at that time. And there was a moment of ikigai, because ikigai is a Japanese philosophy, which means that your passion, actually, your passion should make you some money. Your passion should be something that the society needs, and you're passionate about it at the end of the day. So these three, when they overlap, you get something that you can work for all your life without having to work a single day. So this is something that I realized about myself, and I got into this. The background of sales actually helped me a lot in developing the proposition, in developing the brand, in speaking the language that of the audiences that I cater to. For example, I actually appeal to the audience. I target the audience who are 30 plus, 25 plus, who are in the working life, and who are actually going to the midlife crises. Because after 25, after 30, 35, we hit a plateau. We are not sure about our careers. Most of the people actually want to switch careers, want to switch companies. They're not comfortable in their relationships, and so many things are going on that actually throw the life out of balance. So in this is the sector, this is the segment of the market that is mostly in need of fit lifestyle. So
Correct.
this is how I managed this, and I connected the dots. Uh,
But my what I would love to understand is sales is a very pressure role. There are
mhm,
targets. Then sometimes depending on what how senior you are, maybe you have a team reporting to you. How did being
mhm.
physically fit help you in that life when you were working for that corporate world? Uh, did that made you a better performer just because you were more conscious about your health? Uh,
Mhm. Uh,
what did you say?
we have to keep this thing in mind that a good body looks when you feel good from inside, you actually the people feel that energy. Okay, a healthy body can look good. A good body cannot look healthy every time. There is a dichotomy. Being healthy and being fit, that is another debate. But you have to feel that you are capable of doing and capable of achieving the targets that are being given to you every day, day in and day out. Uh, when I was working for Nestle, there were the DRs, daily reporting systems, monthly reporting systems, quarterly reporting systems, and we had to make sure that we had daily targets met, we had the weekly targets met, and to meet those targets, who are the resources that I'm going to utilize? Those are the human resources I had. And I had to be in the same mind, and I have to be emotionally agile, emotionally very much powerful to control all those people. And how does that emotional part and mental part comes in? That comes in when you feel good about yourself, when you're in good shape, when you're in good health. So many times there are many things that are not going right in your life, but they actually impact your work life. For example, if there's a topic that people don't talk about much, and that is considered taboo, which is your sexual health, your sexual life. Most of the people have the problem with that. They have problem with the relationships, they have problem with emotional intelligence, with emotionally dealing with people. They have problems with the bosses. They can't just take the feedback in a positive way. What is all of this? This is all of it is mental energy that is not being channelized properly. And when we are very negative about ourselves, negative about the surroundings, it actually affects all our life. So being fit is something that when you go to the gym or when you start something of your own, something for your own well-being, you have the control over yourself. Most of the times, what the major mistake that we do is we try to control others' opinions, we try to control others' behaviors, we try to control bosses' behavior, but we don't try to control that reaction that we have to the feedback. And this is the only thing, this physical fitness is the only thing that you always have control upon, because you can actually control the way you eat, you can actually control the way you speak, you can control the way you think. And this is a hard work. This is not, you can say smart work, hard work, but this is not easy. It always requires work. Negativity is always negative. Negativity is always automatic. You don't have to think about it. Boss said something and you just took it very personally. You did not think that he is actually talking about the performance, the latest performance that is really going down, and we have to think about it. But we take things very negatively. And same is the case with physical health. Okay? Physical health is something that we detach from ourselves. We say, most of the times when we are facing financial problems, the very first thing that we cut our budgets upon is fitness, the gym membership, that time that we invest in the gym, that time we invest 15 minutes or 20 minutes working out at home. We think that we are being selfish when we have a lot of things to be done. But what we don't understand is that we are that main thing that has to be that has to act like the fulcrum of the whole scenario going on around. We are the pillars that the whole building is standing upon: the family, your work, because you have to bring in money, put food on the table for the family. You have to be careful that you are earning money for the family. You are trying to get the best education to your kids. Why? Because you want to see them flourish in future. What will happen when you are not able to witness that growth of your kids, when you're not able to witness that because you are having some kind of metabolic syndrome, like for example the disease, for example any terminal illness, or diabetes or blood pressure, and you are not able to walk properly, you have got some issues with your bones and joints. So what's the point of doing all of that hard work when you cannot see the fruits out of it? I had a colleague in the last company who was actually 29 years old, and he once called me very secretly in his room, and he said that whatever I'm going to confide in you has to be remain between you and me. I've been married for more than 10 to 11 months. I've been facing issues with my relationship. I've been facing issues with my health because my boss actually sits one floor away, and I have to go there. I have to take the stairs, and when I come back and go there, I am actually I'm out of breath most of the times. I'm gasping, and my boss says, "What has happened to you? It seems like you have come from a very far away." And this is my health condition, that I just go out of breath anytime he calls me, and I get frustrated. I'm anxious every time. And the qualification that that guy had, he was CA qualified, he was CFA qualified, he was MBA from IBA. He was 29 years old, and I was at that time 34 years old, and he was earning 3 to 4 times more than I was earning at that time, and he was a very inspirational guy for me. But the things that he said actually got me taken aback. That I said to him, my friend, why the hell did you study so much? Why did you work so hard? Just because that at 29 you start feeling like 56 or 65? What are you going to do with the family that you're going to raise? You are having issues with your marital life, you are having issues with your health. So what is the point of working so hard for the life, to build a life that you're not able to witness when you go ahead in your in times? So this is something I very much relate to. Every person, regardless of the department, sales, marketing, whoever he is, wherever he is, every person has some targets to hit. Every person has someone to convince, to sell ideas, to sell, for the revenues to coming in, for the growth to make. So every person has to have the same mind, and to have the same mind, he has to be confident in himself that once he is able to control his own things, he'll be able to control the surroundings. That is the locus of control. That again, Stephen Covey, I'm very big fan of him. I'm a very big fan of that book actually. So there's another concept, that is locus of control. This is something that we can control. That is and everything actually branches out of it. I think I've answered your question.
No, you did. You did. Thank you for a detail, and I think you made a very valid point that it has got, there is no restriction on just one role. कि sales के role के लिए काफी के लिए important है. It is for all kind of, be whatever you do. Be you sit all day on your seat, you are out and about all day doing work. Why it is so critical. So since you've been part of the corporate world, and you mentioned about this person as well, who was going through a certain situation. सबसे ज़्यादा कॉमन एक्सक्यूजेस क्या आपने देखे हैं जो लोग देते हैं while they are working, and they're working really hard, and maybe they are not even working, their maybe their office is not that, like, the work pressure is not that high, but still they don't take out time to physically invest time in physical fitness. And why should they, मतलब सीरियसनेस कब आ जानी चाहिए, कब ले लेनी चाहिए, कि कोई एज है कि यार 30 के बाद सीरियस हो जाना चाहिए, या 25 पे हो जाना चाहिए? ये क्या, व्हाट इज द राइट टाइम, और व्हाट इज, व्हेन शुड वन रियली get into this thing?
There's no right time. सबसे पहली बात तो यही है, there's no right time. We have to be very much sure about it. कि there's no guarantee. We are not guaranteed the lifetime. I don't know if I'll be able to live till tomorrow, or I'll be able to live till the next minute. So we want some guarantee. We want some ROI. Someone messaged me commented on my social media post that whatever you say, if we can have the correct ROI, and we should, if we know about the outcomes, then we'll be more motivated towards it. I said, once you have the results, then you'll become motivated about it, because you believe in God. Why do you believe in God? There's no God. You have not seen God anywhere, anytime, but you definitely believe in him, na? uh, most of the time people say कि जब देखेंगे उसके बाद करेंगे, results देखेंगे फिर करेंगे. Once we see it, we witness it, then we'll do it, and we'll be convinced कि हाँ ऐसा होता है. But this is not a good approach. This has to be the other way around. We have to believe in the process, and we have seen, despite seeing so many success stories going around, we believe that this is something that is not for us. It's not our cup of tea. We just have to lose weight. हमें सिर्फ पेट कम करना है, हमें बहुत बॉडी नहीं बनानी. ये भी दो तीन controversies हैं that हमें सिर्फ पेट कम करना है. सिर्फ पेट कम करने की इतनी को ridiculous ये एक scenario है that when every part of your body runs out of the capacity to store fat, it actually goes into your tummy. So it means it actually last in, last out, basically. So first of all, when you lose weight from other areas of your body. For example, if you lose 40% of the weight around your body, and you lose only 20% of the weight around in your belly, so you start feeling that your belly has protruded more, and you start feeling more stressed than ever before. Why? Because you have lost weight, but you have not lost the belly fat. Why? Because we are focusing on the on a flawed approach. This has to be the case that सबसे पहले weight loss is not the key that we should be after, because when we are after the weight loss, we lose so many things. We lose muscle mass, we lose water weight, we lose bone mineral density, and so many things. So weight loss is not a healthy goal to go after. What is a healthy goal to go after is a strength building. And how does the strength come from? Where does the strength come from? It comes from resistance training, it comes from lifting weights, it comes from using your own body as an athlete. एथलीट्स की क्यों सबसे ज्यादा नसें निकली हुई होती हैं, या यू सी देयर फिजिकल पर्सोना आप देखते हैं, आपको लगता है कि यार they are very much ribbed, they have lean body fat percentage. Why? Because they actually are very much habitual of using their body as their weapon. So it's not about going to gym, it's not about taking 1.5 hour or 2 hour anywhere out of the house. You don't have to go away from the gym. You have the facility, you have your own body, if you have the motivation, if you want to do it, you can actually do things for the well-being of your family. If you work out before your family, for example, if I work out at home before my kids, I use my kids, and I use that time as the quality time that I spend with my kids. So this is what improvisation. You improvise things. You don't have to go away from home. If you have a 6 by 6 space beside your bed in your bedroom, you can use that to work out. You can use that to do squats. You can use that to do push-ups, your planks, your dynamic planks, and so many things that can be done at home. You don't have to go away from home. You don't have to go away from your family. But everything has to be done for you yourself.
Fair point, Fahad, on this thing. But let's talk about organizations, companies. If you talk about large MNCs, if you talk about multinational organizations, these companies have adopted wellness programs in their organizations. They have either built gyms uh, or done some kind of activities. लेकिन आज अभी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस पाकिस्तान की अगर मैं स्पेसिफिकली बात करूं, अभी भी कल्चर तो मिसिंग है. मतलब किया जा रहा है जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ डूइंग इट. बट what is it, what is your take on how should companies look at this thing?
You actually have
In terms of
summarized the
principles.
whole thing.
या फिजिकल वेलबींग क्यों सोचना चाहिए, क्या जरूरत है कंपनीज को सोचने की?
You have summarized the problem actually. Okay, there's no culture. I vividly remember times when I was working with a multinational. I used to start packing my bag at 6:30 or 7, and my boss said, "कहाँ जाएगा?" I said, "Gym." तो बड़ा time है यार तेरे पास. That is the culture. So a person who is taking care of himself is actually seen as a person who is selfish and who does not care about his work, about his family, about putting the food on the table. How can he afford or she afford to go to gym and take care of himself? So this actually cascades throughout the organization, throughout the rungs of management. Uh, there has to be a culture, and building a gym or making a gym in a company is not the part of culture. Uh, Culture is like if a person is standing at the place where he sits in his cubicle and he is stretching after every hour. So that should not be seen as something, some kind of taboo or some kind of an alien thing that is happening around in the office, and people should not be gossiping about that person who is actually trying to take care of himself, taking out only 2 to 3 minutes after every hour to do some stretches. That's the culture we have to build, and this will happen when the leaders, organizational leaders, when the people at the strategic level will make sure that they are found on the floor doing such kind of stretches, doing such kind of moves. And there's a reason it has to be incorporated in the whole framework of the organization. For example, there can be weekly events, for example 1 hour event, in which people in the organization should be given opportunity to ask questions, to ask real-time relevant questions. The nutritionist should be there, a physical athlete should be there, and they should hire such people to educate the people, and the people from those strategic backgrounds should always be there. They are the people who have to take the lead, asking questions and encouraging other people, incentivizing them to ask questions, to be the part of such kind of events or such kind of interventions. Because once you witness things physically, you will feel that they make difference. Otherwise, I had been a part of a company which had a very good gym. What people used to do is they went to gym only on Fridays after off, just to have good food, good cheat meals on Saturday and Sundays. So they will have so much food on Saturdays and Sundays, so they just wanted to burn some calories on Friday, and that too on a treadmill. So this is what all they wanted to do. And I used to go to gym every day because that was a very well equipped gym, and it was in the vicinity of the organization of the company. So that was a facility for me, and that was heaven for me. So soon after, right, just because my boss did not see eye to eye with me on going to gym, so I just availed that facility so many times, and I just went back. I had shower, I sit down again on my cubicle and just started working again. So I made sure that I don't miss that opportunity. But still, then it raised eyebrows of so many people. But
Hmm.
uh, building that gym could not create a culture. People did not visit the gym. People visited the gym only on weekends. Even the CEO came there only on weekends. So this has to be a movement. A movement should come from each and everybody, because at the end of the day, those are the people. If somebody, for example, when people fall ill, they take out the money from company's kitty. I mean, there are expenses that the companies bear for them. Okay, if he or she takes care of himself, the employee takes care of himself, and the company incentivizes people for taking care of themselves, they will have to spend less because they are already giving awareness to them. Now this I also know a colleague, a friend of mine from IBA, who had free membership of a very elite gym that actually costs around 20,000 a month, the most basic level. And he asked me once, he called me, he यार मुझे training दे दे यार, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा, I don't know any other trainer around, तो तो अपने जैसा है तो train कर दे. तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, I'll see to it. मुझे बताओ कि what is the gym that is nearby, any gym. तो कहता है यार gym nearby का नहीं पता, but let me check with the company, with the HR. I think I have a membership of a gym. मैंने ठीक है, let me know. अगले दिन कहता है कि यस फला फला जिम की मेरे पास मेंबरशिप है. And I was dumbfounded. I said, "Oh my God, you have free membership of that gym. If I had that, I would have never gone to home. I mean, I would have slept there after office because I love that gym so much." So
करेक्ट
he did not know because he did not even dare. He did not even बाज के मुझे कुछ होना भी चाहिए या फिर ऐसी चीज भी है जो मुझे पूछना चाहिए. तो कल्चर क्रिएट नहीं हुआ है. कंपनी एक्चुअली हैड अ वेरी गुड फैसिलिटी फॉर हिम इन फ्री, बट ही वाज नॉट अवेयर ऑफ दैट. सो who has to be there for that awareness? HR. For example, the line managers should themselves be into this thing, going for the workouts or using the gym facilities or using the facilities that the companies allow them. And that is the way, because we are culturally very much uh, oriented towards the boss management. बॉस करेंगे तो ये होगा, बॉस बैठे हैं तो हम रात तक बैठे हैं. So we are culturally wired for that. No matter how much we go against this and we say that it doesn't happen, it happens everywhere. So it has to cascade again from the strategic management, from the bosses.
fair fair I think one of the things that I have learned running an organization I think जो Gen Z है and the up and coming हम तो uh, पुराने हैं हम तो we were born in 80s right mid 80s or early 90s right I think you are similar age so लेकिन
बिल्कुल.
आज की जनरेशन है I think they are more they obviously want money but they want more reasons they have more passion they're more diverse in their thoughts as compared to us तो मुझे what I've seen is that आज का एम्प्लॉय जो ना वो सिर्फ you just cannot just give them a good salary you cannot just give them a good office you need to give them more reasons for them to come to work and deliver so performance of an employee really comes out to the best when it's a wholesome experience as when you come to work and उसमें अगर आपके wellness programs है like fitness if those are inculcated I think that and more about awareness I think what you're also trying to say is awareness is more important than just building spaces यार आप space बना दे
Employees should actually feel at home. I mean, employees don't feel motivated. Okay. Employees don't feel the passion towards fitness. Actually, the thing is, once I read an article, I don't remember the name of the author, that was Harvard Business Review article, in which he said, okay, we have been after work-life balance for a very long time. That doesn't work. What works is work-life integration. And we witnessed this when we hit COVID. When COVID hit us, and we saw so many changes. We just came online. The whole world was online. Everybody, even I used to do push-ups after attending the meeting just beside the
Hmm,
laptop. And
hmm,
when my turn was off and I did not have to speak anymore in the meeting, so I just turned the screen off and I did push-ups just beside my laptop. So
right
that was
right
my workout time. So I
right
integrated those both things. That was not a burden for me to work and to manage my workout or manage my family. So this
hmm,
work life integration is something that we already have witnessed. So organizations have to work around those principles. They have to make employees feel at home in the office, because what are freelancers doing? Freelancers are working more than a 9 to 5 professional. They have been working day and night. They don't
correct
if they work according to the US times, they work all night and then they sleep for 4 to 5 hours and then they wake up again and then again they work. So why do they work so hard? Because they are motivated, because they feel at home. They don't have any I mean, not so many pressures.
yeah
So it means motivation is always there to work out and to work as well. We have to
right
channelize that thing. We have to make them feel at home, to build a culture that ठीक है, you are integrated in the community, and this is actually your thing, and you have to work and you have to work out so that your work is impacted in a very positive way for the long run, and you should bring it more money for the
Hmm,
organization. So this is something that I literally feel that this should be, and no eyebrows should be raised. Oh my God, somebody is going to gym or somebody has time to work out. And again, there's an element of motivation. For motivation, I always say कि आखिर में motivation है क्या? Motivation is a feeling. आप हर वक्त खुश नहीं रह सकते. You can never feel happy every time. You can never feel sad every time. You can never feel angry every time. Same is the case with motivation. You cannot feel motivated every time. So we have to be very much sure of this phenomenon, that motivation comes and goes. What sticks with you is your discipline and the reason, the why that you're working for. Motivation turns into a reason when you go to the doctor and doctor says you need to lose weight, otherwise you are in hot water, you are on verge of the diabetes, you are pre-diabetic, and you just need to lose weight, there's no way out. And then a person comes to me or to any other coach or any other trainer, and the words are always different. That tone is always different. Now it's not about yeah motivation nahi hai, it's always about yaar ab to karna hi hai bhai, अब तो
Hmm.
हालत खराब हो गई है, अब तो डॉक्टर ने
Hmm.
बोल दिया है. So this should not, you should not come to this stage.
Correct. 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 No, fair point. Very valid that instead कि जब तक पानी सर से गुजर जाए उसके बाद आप जाए, and then you start taking action. By that time, the damage is already done, and you're doing repair work, or you're doing damage control, right? You're trying to figure out a way कि यार जो हो चुका है उसको कैसे मैं बदल तो नहीं सकता, चेंज तो नहीं कर सकता, थोड़ा सा इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश करता हूँ कि आगे और खराब ना हो जाए. So
आप खुद देखिए ना, if
देखिए,
a person is working for retirement at 40, and he's working like cats and dogs, I mean working day in and day out without compromising his health, without taking care of his health, his
hmm,
machinery, that chicken that is laying golden eggs, what will
hmm,
happen after 40? He or she won't be able to enjoy the life the way they envisioned. Why?
hmm,
Because they are pre-diabetic, or they are diabetic, or they have blood pressure. They cannot enjoy good food. They cannot walk. They cannot have long walks on the beach. Why? Because they
hmm,
have problem with their lower back, with their bones, with their joints. So
hmm,
this is a big picture that people don't see. This is the advantage of the organizations that see the bigger picture. When I was with ICI, when I left ICI, I was planning 2035. They had planned for ICI 2035 ऐसा होगा. Nestle,
hmm,
I left Nestle 2050 में ऐसा होगा.
hmm,
But if you ask a person who is actually making those plans कि आज रात को
hmm,
क्या खा रहे हो, बोलेगा पता नहीं यार, जो घर में बना खा लूंगा.
hmm, hmm,
सही है. आज क्या कर रहे हो, पता नहीं यार, वर्कआउट कहाँ कर रहे हो, वर्कआउट ये क्या होता है, वर्कआउट का टाइम ही नहीं मिलता यार. You are
hmm,
actually planning 2050 for the company you work for,
hmm.
but you don't have time for yourself. Isn't
So
this
अगर अगर
ridiculous?
अगर अगर obviously habit change करना is the game, right? For individuals, it's you cannot just do, you know what, एक दिन आप उठे और आपने बोला आज से मैं जो ना बड़ा फिजिकली फिट रहूंगा और मैं जो ना खाना ऐसा खाऊंगा और मैं जो ना रोज एक्सरसाइज करूंगा 1 घंटा और जो ना स्किप नहीं करूंगा.
बिल्कुल.
It's I think it's you can do that, like people do that, you know, जैसे cold turkey कह रहे
But
हैं कि भाई
but
चलो.
that's not a good recipe to
हाँ,
start
that,
with.
and I think that can backfire. That really
बिल्कुल.
backfires sometimes
That's not
because आप
doable,
जोश
not
में,
sustainable.
हाँ, जोश में उड़ जाते हैं लेकिन वो होता नहीं. What are the baby steps someone who's trying to get into physical fitness और उसने इस साल का असल में वो मैं ही हूँ जो आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैंने इस साल का अपना जो कहते हैं ना 2023 का जो ना क्या कहते हैं उसको क्या कहते हैं जो क्या प्रॉमिस होता है व्हाटएवर आई डोंट नो कि मैं नाम भूल गया वर्ड भूल गया.
New Year
सो
resolution.
रेज़ोल्यूशन तो मैंने बनाया था कि और मैंने कभी नहीं बोला कि मेरा रेज़ोल्यूशन तो ये है कि मैं फिज़िकल फ़िटनेस पे इस साल दूँगा. एंड वन थिंग दैट आई हैव स्टार्टेड डूइंग इज़ स्टार्टेड प्लेइंग बैडमिंटन एट लीस्ट
Okay.
ट्वाइस
And what's the
2 to 3
frequency
टाइम्स
of playing badminton? Once a
2
week,
3
twice a week?
टाइम्स ट्वाइस अ वीक तो कम से कम है, ट्राइंग टू डू इट 3 टाइम्स
Okay.
अ वीक. But I'm just trying to understand what are the baby steps? Is this the right way to go ahead? What are the other things alternate that people can start off with?
देखिए
It will
इसमें
help us,
एक,
the audience who are listening
हाँ,
today.
एक बहुत आसान वर्जन है, एंड वन इज वेरी जिंगोइस्टिक वर्जन, जो कि वॉरियर्स का वर्जन है. वॉरियर्स का वर्जन ये है कि ग्रोथ वहीं छुपी हुई है जहां मसले हैं. ठीक है. When you go to the boss and you say कि sales experience, boss, this client is formidable, I just can't handle him, or nobody can handle him, he just blabbers a lot and shouts a lot, and he is not gonna buy. The boss says, now your appraisals actually depend upon bringing him on board. Bring him and get promotion and get the raise. That
Correct.
is the most difficult thing that you are uh, confided with. That you have to do it, and you just have the reward. So same is the case. The things, the workouts, the routines that we are running away from, our growth actually lies in those routines, in those workouts, in those methods that we are running away from. So try to incorporate those things in your life, but be very strategic about it. Don't go just go all in. And this brings me to the next thing, to the easier version. The easier version, or the doable version, is that was for the warriors. So the people who think they are warriors, they should go ahead with it. But the people like me and you, we are not warriors. We are actually the very soft people, and we have the families to take care of. We have so many things other than working out. So we need to be very much strategic with it. For example, you said that you started playing twice. Now you are trying to play thrice, so that is a good step towards it. But we have to incorporate the things like, I suggest people that if they don't work out anytime, uh, zilch a week, they have to start doing once a week. ठीक है?
Okay.
Once a week अगर आपने 20 minutes भी दे दिए, so that's an achievement for you. ठीक है? You should feel good about it कि आपने अपने लिए एक हफ्ते में एक दफा काम किया. 2-3 हफ्ते इस तरह चलाएं, चौथे हफ्ते में उसको ट्वाइस कर दें, उसको थ्राइस
Right.
कर दें. होता क्या है, यू स्टिक टू इट, क्योंकि यू गेट दैट डोपामीन हाई दैट यू गेट with the drugs, that you get with the addiction. There's a threshold that you have to cross. You just
Okay.
work out, or you're not enjoying it, not enjoying it. Then a threshold comes, then you see the result, and that's the threshold. Then everything becomes easy, everything becomes doable, because you have witnessed the result, that yes, it's working, but for that you have to work. Okay, the problem is people don't see the result because they don't stick to the process. They don't come to that threshold.
Hmm.
Crossing, let alone crossing it, they don't come to that threshold. And when they don't come, they just say to themselves that it's not our cup of tea. So to
Hmm.
reach that threshold, we have to be very much strategic. Once a week, twice a week, then thrice a week. For example, if you don't want to go to gym, just consult any good coach, any good trainer, or see any YouTube video for a home workout. 20 minutes home workout. You just have to take out 20 minutes a day, anywhere. Use your own
Hmm.
body. Use the own equipment that you have. मंडे को किया, वेडनेसडे को किया, फिर फ्राइडे को किया. ठीक है, मंडे को सबसे मुश्किल होता है. ओके, स्किप मंडे, सिर्फ वेडनेसडे करें, मिड वीक हो गया, और एक फ्राइडे कर लें, वीकेंड हो गया. दैट्स इनफ.
Hmm.
उसके बाद pat give a pat on yourself on your back, and just say, okay, you have done it, and then
Hmm.
plan the next week.
Hmm.
Same is the
Hmm.
case with food. If you
Hmm.
just go for the greens only, and you just cut out
Hmm.
every carb and everything that's coming your way, that's not a sustainable strategy. You have been wired more than your brain. The microbiome, the flora and fauna in your gut will be asking for those things, and your gut is actually your second brain. You think that मेरा brain मुझे trick कर रहा है, basically आपका microbiome, जो आपका gut है, आपको वो trick कर रहा होता है, because इतने अरसे से you have fed that bad bacteria in your body, that bad uh, uh, microbiota in your body, that it's asking for that food. Now you cannot just change in a jiffy. You have to make sure that you start incorporating things one by one. For example, if you ate 3 rotis, now try to eat 2 rotis. Okay, if you ate naans every day, try to switch to लाल आटे की चपाती, जैसे हम नॉन रिफाइंड आटे की चपाती कहते हैं.
Hmm.
अगर आप
Hmm.
3 नान खाते तो एक नान पे आ जाएं. जहां बिरयानी खाते थे और बिरयानी में चावल बहुत होते थे, ट्राई टू हैव मोर बोटीज इन द बिरयानी देन द राइस दैट यू आर हैविंग. ये
Hmm.
छोटी छोटी सक्सेसेस हैं जिसमें आप आहिस्ता आहिस्ता आगे बढ़ेंगे. यू डोंट नीड टू कट एवरीथिंग एवरी टाइम. कुछ एक्सट्रीम केसेस होते हैं व्हेन देयर इज नो वे आउट. यू हैव टू कट ऑल द कार्ब्स, यू हैव टू कट ऑल द चावल एंड रोटी. बट दैट्स द
Hmm.
प्री डायबिटिक लेवल हो गया, डायबिटीज लेवल हो गया. बट इफ यू हैव नॉट टच फॉर्चुनेटली दैट लेवल, देन go ahead strategically, and by the passage of time, you will have that ability in you that you can control yourself, and at the end of the day you will be able to praise yourself. You will be able to feel good about yourself कि यार मैंने अपने लिए तो ये काम किया. So be
Hmm.
very strategic, be very don't go fast, because at the end of the day K2 को अगर हम नीचे से देख के देखते हैं कि K2 that's the peak that we have to reach upon,
Hmm.
and we'll just do it, and we just go ahead. We will never be able to make it, because the people
Correct.
who have been able to make it are the people who actually plan detours, who plan camps, and who actually take rest on every camp, and that
Hmm.
actually goes to 3 months to 6 months process. You just
Correct.
cannot go gung ho and just say, I'll start ascending this mountain and I'll reach the peak within a month.
Correct.
That never happens.
Hmm. No, I think you talked about dopamine level and and trying to hit that point where that gives you that you know that attraction, you want to keep doing it, right? और बहुत
Because
से
we are
लोग
not
बहुत
made up
जल्दी
of muscles. We are not made up of muscles. We are not made up of body. We are not made up of bones. We are made up of chemicals. If your dopamine is high, nothing
Hmm,
is, you are on the cloud nine. If your cortisol is high, the
hmm,
depression level is high,
hmm,
nobody else has a worse life than you. So you are made
hmm.
up of chemicals. You need to take care of those chemicals.
No, it's and I've witnessed it myself since I started playing badminton. It's been a while since I played it last, and I'm not like super good at it, or even but I play decent,
But
right?
you feel good sweating for that and
Yes.
just playing
So
around,
so वो
jumping
जब
around.
मैंने करना शुरू किया तो I did not decided कि मैं 3 दिन करूँगा, 2 दिन करूँगा। मैंने बोला अभी सिर्फ फिलहाल करते। एंड देन जब वो बारी आई उसकी नेक्स्ट की करने की तो अब नाउ आई वाज़ मोटिवेटेड, आई हैड दैट रीज़न टू गो बैक एंड आई प्लान्ड माय डे अकॉर्डिंगली कि यार मैंने ये टाइम तक ये खत्म कर देना है और मैंने ये
हाँ,
बैडमिंटन जाके खेलना है। सो आई थिंक वो
ऐसे ही है.
डिसिप्लिन भी आपका आपको कोई लिख नहीं सकते कि यार ये आज मुझे 6 बजे जाके बैडमिंटन खेलना है या सुबह करना है। I think you just have to have that feeling, that you want to go back to it again.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
seen people in the gym who have uh, actually found a way of channelizing all their frustrations and anger on the weights in the gym, and this has worked for me as well. Yeah, I'm a
अच्छा,
very soft spoken बंदा, but अंदर से I'm a giant. मतलब सिंपल सी बात है, गुस्सा बहुत आता है, सबको आता है. But definitely when I lift weights, I just shout at the top of my lungs. Most of the times
hmm,
I have these headphones, I have that rock songs going on, and
hmm,
I just can't listen to myself, and I just yell. And
hmm,
people, so many times I just notice people looking at me, but I don't notice
hmm,
them because I just want to channelize that energy at that time and those weights. That is the dopamine I get. Okay, oh my God, I did something, I just lifted heavy weights. So everybody has got different patterns of channelizing their energy. Everybody
hmm,
has frustrations, everybody has anger, and
hmm,
there comes a time when you start feeling addicted to it and you just don't plan it. I've seen many people who just live the whole day to come to the gym, ke gym jana hai. And those were the people who used to hate gym because उनको पता ही नहीं था कि क्या होता है. जब उन्होंने आए, उन्होंने देखा, कुछ किया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपने ये नहीं कर सकता, मैं आई कैन नॉट डू दिस, मतलब ये तो आई कैन नॉट थिंक ऑफ डूइंग इट. बट व्हेन
hmm,
यू स्टार्ट डूइंग इट, व्हेन यू स्टार्ट सीइंग योरसेल्फ इंप्रूविंग, देन यू से ये हो गया, नेक्स्ट स्टेप करना है. ये हो गया यार, मैं तो ये भी कर सकता हूँ, नेक्स्ट स्टेप करना है. सो व्हाट इज बेटर
hmm.
देन दैट? You are in your own
Correct,
control. You are
correct.
taking yourself every step ahead. So this is all psychology, this is all mindset. Nobody can push you, you have to feel it
Hmm.
to achieve it.
No, and I think you already talked about मेरा सवाल जो आखिरी सवाल था for the day was, and you've already touched upon, but if you could share more insights के जो फिजिकल फिटनेस है वो आपकी मेंटल हेल्थ के ऊपर कितना उसका लाइक you've seen or you've come across people or maybe yourself as you mentioned कि गुस्सा आता है तो आपकी obviously you
हाँ,
sometimes
बिल्कुल ऐसा ही
feel
है.
sad, you're not in a state where you don't want to talk to anyone, right? You just don't want to,
Because
you just want to avoid
हाँ,
people, तो वो क्या आपको
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
फिजिकल
ऐसे ही है.
फिटनेस
So that's the me time ना. Okay, बस अब
राइट
मैं अपने साथ में, I have to just do whatever I want, और I just see how far I can go. मैंने कल 40 केजी उठाया था, आज मैं 60 केजी उठाऊंगा. बट खुदा के वास्ते मेक श्योर दैट यू आर अंडर सुपरविजन ऑफ एनी ट्रेनर, क्योंकि ये भी फिर बैक फायर कर जाता है बहुत
we're not
दफा.
doing any
हाँ,
advice, physical fitness advice नहीं है
हाँ,
सर ऐसा.
वैसे ही है. That is very much you have to be conscious about that thing कि आप कितना पुश कर रहे हैं अपने आप को. There has to
हम्म,
be some supervision, but there is an element of pushing yourself beyond limit. ठीक है,
हम्म,
क्योंकि बॉडी को हमेशा, मसल्स को हमेशा हर चीज को टेंशन चाहिए. देयर इज नो होम्योस्टेसिस. ठीक है. Steven, I am forgetting the name of that ऑथर, द मैन सर्च फॉर मीनिंग. उसमें ये था कि होम्योस्टेसिस नाम की कोई चीज नहीं है. देयर इज ऑलवेज टेंशन. ठीक है. मसल को भी टेंशन चाहिए. मसल की दो चीजें होती हैं. हम लोग वक्त के साथ साथ फैट अक्यूमुलेट करना क्यों शुरू कर देते हैं बॉडी में? बिकॉज बॉडी फैट परसेंटेज गोज अप बिकॉज मसल गोज डाउन. मसल मास गोज डाउन बिकॉज ऑफ एट्रोफी. देयर आर टू काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. हाइपरट्रोफी जिसमें मसल्स मेंटेन करते हैं, एट्रोफी जिसमें मसल्स नीचे चले जाते हैं, मतलब वो कर देते हैं. तो मसल को टेंशन देनी होती है, मसल को वेट ट्रेनिंग करनी होती है कि मसल मेंटेन रहे. तो लाइफ में जिस तरह आपको टेंशन चाहिए, जिस तरह बॉस अपने एम्प्लॉय को टेंशन देता है कि अगर मैंने उसको टेंशन नहीं दी तो ही वोंट बी एबल टू वर्क अंडर प्रेशर. ये
correct.
वर्किंग अंडर प्रेशर इज इन द कल्चर ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। जब आप किसी को हायर करते हैं, यू एक्चुअली मेंशन दैट इन द सीवी शुड बी केपेबल ऑफ वर्किंग अंडर प्रेशर। व्हाट इज दैट प्रेशर? दैट इज वर्किंग अंडर टेंशन। योर बॉडी इज एक्चुअली is also made like this. You have to put tension upon your body and see how far you can go. You lifted 4, now you lifted 40, and it's been 3 months between that 40 and that 4 and 40. So these 3 months are the months of your growth. You have seen tremendous growth in yourself, and then you can say, yeah, I am something, I can do something about myself. So what is the better way of channelizing your energies for your better mental health? Because you are in control. Mental health क्या होता है? Mental health confidence की कमी होती है। Mental health लोकस ऑफ कंट्रोल से बाहर का सोचना होता है, अपने कंट्रोल का नहीं सोचना होता। लोगों को मैं इसको कंट्रोल कर लूं, उसके व्यूज को कंट्रोल कर लूं, इसके ओपिनियन मेरे बारे में ये नहीं होने चाहिए। दैट इज ऑल बीएस। whatever is in our control is ourselves, our own thought process, our own body and our own family। फिर फैमिली भी नहीं
Hmm.
होती है। आप खुद कंट्रोल में आ
Hmm.
जाए, फैमिली कंट्रोल में जब आती है। तो ये मेंटल हेल्थ। और फिर डोपामीन का मैंने जो आपको एक इंक्रीज का वो भी आपको मिलता है। आपकी
Hmm.
फिजियोलॉजी से साइकोलॉजी इफेक्ट होती है, साइकोलॉजी से फिजियोलॉजी इफेक्ट होती है। एट द एंड ऑफ द डे this thing is above everything। सही है।
Correct.
सब कुछ यहाँ से
Correct.
शुरू होता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ Burj Khalifa has come into existence, that Burj Khalifa actually came somewhere in somebody's mind, and then on the
Hmm.
paper, and then on the then got all the brick and mortar structure, and then the building was there। But again, the foundations are more powerful than the Burj Khalifa over there. So try to build foundations first. Try to imagine. Try to look at the bigger picture. And then, for example, if somebody asks me what is the biggest motivation you have, I say that I am gonna be 37 years old this March. I just want
Right.
कि when I'm 73, the 3 idhar aa jaye, 7 idhar aa jaye, I should just look like a younger brother to my kid who is now 10 years old. That's my motivation। I
Hmm.
just want to be younger. I just want to feel younger. I just want to grow with grace, age with grace, because I've worked so hard for this. I just can't see myself declining by the passage of time and letting all that hard work go to waste।
No, I think nobody wants to get old, and I think it's a great
बिल्कुल।
goal to have.
It's a great
That
motivation to get achieved।
yes, and obviously because mentally तो शायद आप थोड़े wisdom तो ज़्यादा आ जाएगा आपको with age, you will be
बिल्कुल।
more wiser,
हाँ,
but
लेकिन
your
फायदा क्या है
health
जब आप उसको हिलाने के काबिल नहीं रहेंगे।
exactly, and maybe you need someone else to carry you around, or maybe you need you need to rely on someone else, or you're dependent on someone else. So I think it's a great goal to have. Nobody wants to get old.
इसी वजह से
So
कहते हैं ना, लोग दुआएं मांगते हैं अक्सर कि अल्लाह हाथ पैर चलते हाथ पैर उठाएं। That is
हाँ,
something that nobody wants to get old।
correct, correct. So I think fitness by and what you also mentioned, which I also believe is that एक बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी myth है कि जो है वो फिजिकल फिटनेस का मतलब ये है कि जाके जिम में ही जाके यू हैव टू हिट द जिम एवरी डे और couple of times a week, only then you are physically fit. I think that's just the wrong way of looking at it,
That's wrong। That's really wrong।
and
बाकी
a lot of this insta world, like जो Instagram है वो it's full of that
कोविड में नो जिम वाज ओपन। नो जिम
hmm,
वाज ओपन। सही है। कोविड में देयर वाज वन एथलीट ओनली अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो, that actually
hmm,
came out fit and fab। He had same 6% body fat percentage because
hmm,
he used to work out at home। अब now people will have an excuse कि यार उसका जिम बना हुआ है। बट जिम बना हुआ है इसलिए कि उसको काम भी तो करना है। अगर जिम ना भी होता तो द वर्कआउट्स दैट ही डज आर नॉट जिम बेस्ड। ही इज एन
hmm,
एथलीट। ठीक
hmm,
है। लेग
hmm,
वर्कआउट, लोअर बॉडी वर्कआउट हो गए, मेटाबॉलिक वर्कआउट्स हो गए, बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज, कंडीशनिंग वर्कआउट्स हो गए, स्ट्रेंथ वर्कआउट्स हो गए, बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें जो घर पे हो सकती हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल, मैंने अपने घर का कोना कोना, आई यूज एवरी नूक एंड कॉर्नर ऑफ माय होम, इवन माय बाथरूम, when
hmm,
there was COVID going on and I was not able to go to gym। ठीक है। My kid, I just put my kids on my back and did my push-ups because that progressive overload के यार यहाँ तो अब मैं जब बेंच प्रेस करता था तो वो स्टिमुलस कैसे लेकर आऊँ, मेरे पास तो वेट्स ही नहीं है। तो
hmm.
my kid was 20 kgs, my daughter was 12 or 10 kgs। I just had them on my back and I just used to do push-ups। If you can find excuse, if you want to find one, and you can
Correct.
find the ways of doing it if you are after the ways of doing it।
Correct, correct. Thank you, Fahad. I think it was a great session. A lot of people joined us today. Some great comments we got, and There
I
are
would
no
like
questions
to
for
hear
us.
those comments.
Well, the comments you can see here, I've just put it over here. So, and I think that advice of once a week, doing it slowly, gradually, was really resonated with the audience. I
I speak
so
their
yeah,
language now. I've been one of them.
yeah. Obviously, and that's
Every
why.
corporate professional actually, most of the corporate professional look down upon fitness, physical fitness. Why? Because they don't have time, and that's understandable, totally understandable. They literally don't have time. They don't have time for family and everything. But at the end, they have to do something for themselves so that they could enjoy the fruits after that.
No, correct. It's वो कहते हैं ना, health is wealth वाली जो चीज है. And I think
बिल्कुल.
at a certain age, like your age, you are more obviously you are into fitness. I'm not, but I think even at 37, 38, I've realized that I'm no longer what I was at 28, 29,
हाँ,
30.
बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है.
I,
And
I,
this is very disheartening. I mean, you feel really bad. You start feeling bad about yourself. When
Correct.
I had my walima 10 years back, I have the
Right.
pictures. I used to weigh around 91 kgs. I was this. I had a little paunch and a cute
Hmm.
bubbly cheeks. तो मेरी अम्मा
Hmm.
आज भी मुझे कहती है कि मेरा बेटा कितना प्यारा था. मेरी अम्मा के लिए मैं अभी कमजोर हूँ. So 91 kgs पे था. Now that coat, that suit actually does not fit.
Yeah.
The two people of my size can fit into that coat, and that gives me immense happiness. I mean, I just feel on cloud nine. Oh my God, I've actually aged in reverse. I've
You're
reversed
younger.
my age.
Yeah.
I'm younger than that. I used to weigh 91 kgs. Now I weigh around 75, 74. But I feel much better than that. I can lift more weights. I'm so mobile than ever
Hmm.
before. And there are so many
Correct.
things that are going well in my life, alhamdulillah, just because of this lifestyle. So aging with grace is something that we should be after, and not getting big or getting muscular or getting lean. Aging with grace is all about mobility, agility, flexibility, everything that fitness is about.
Great. Thank you, Fahad. It was great having you here. And obviously, the reason why we wanted you to be on this specific topic, talk about, because you come from a corporate world background. You've gone through similar challenges. You're married. You have kids. So you've seen the phases of life. It's not like we are talking to someone who just talks about fitness. How the real world works. So thank you for being on this session.
Thank
Thank
you.
you everyone who joined us today. Inshallah, we will be back next month with another interesting topic. If you have any ideas on topics, then please let us know in the comments. Thank you everyone who joined. Thank you, Ji. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.